Hey everybody, today I'll be doing a quick makeup tutorial. Hi baby. I'm gonna go ahead and put him down. So I will be doing a makeup look using the Amrezy palette once again. So far I really love her palette. If you haven't seen it yet, this is how pretty her palette is. It's nice for kind of like an earth tone smoky eye, and if you want to have fun, there's really pretty pinks, blues. This shirt gets on my nerves. So lately, as I've been watching some makeup tutorials like I have been for years, I'm feeling like I cannot connect as much as I used to. Maybe it's simply because I'm turning 35 in June, and there's different things that I have to kind of work with, maybe bigger pores, maybe dark circles under my eyes, maybe new wrinkles that I've never seen before, or maybe my double chin that's now starting to grow, or maybe my forehead wrinkles. And that's simply just the process of aging, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want anybody to be able to come on my channel and feel like they can somewhat connect or maybe recreate whatever looks that I'm showing you guys. So that's really my main focus, is being able to create makeup looks where it doesn't matter how old you are, what kind of skin texture you have, because I don't want people to feel discouraged to do makeup. A lot of the younger makeup channels are, they're beautiful, they have really nice skin, they are young, they're hip, but then sometimes you can't connect and you can't relate. I am gonna be 35 in June, and I do have 2 kids, and I work full-time, I own a salon, and despite how busy I can be, I always make it a point to keep myself together, to make myself presentable. Now, not every day do I wear makeup like this, but most of the time when I do go to work, I do try to put at least a face on so I don't look like I just woke up from the bed dead. And also, don't mind my sunburn. Yesterday I was out. I'm gonna start doing a container garden this year, and I was out in the sun. Didn't think I needed to put sunblock on because it wasn't even that hot, and I got burned. So when you see me with no foundation, you're gonna see how red my face is. Anyway.
Now I got my eyebrows already shaded in, and I prepped my face with the Tarte Poreless Primer. And I went in with my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, and I actually applied the concealer first because I feel like the shade is a little too light for me, especially with my sunburn. So I'm going to go ahead and put that under my foundation instead of what I normally do over my foundation. So now I'm taking my beauty blender and I am blending it away as much as I can. This is about the 3rd time I've used this concealer, and I honestly have to say I'm not a fan. I thought I liked it at first because it's super full coverage, but it sets so fast that you have to work with it really, really fast, and it's very hard to blend. Now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 290. And again, it is a little too light for me right now because I did get sunburn unexpectedly. So I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm going around and blending everything in together and making sure I cover the concealer that I applied beforehand. And I'm also taking my beauty blender over my eyelids just to kind of create a nice little base for my eyeshadow. Also taking my beauty blender over my chest just to cover the sunburn up and have it match my face pretty good. I'm taking my Fenty matchsticks in the shade Mocha, and I'm putting some color back into my face, putting some on my forehead, close to my hairline, and I'm chiseling out some cheekbones. And cannot forget the double chin area. Once again, I'm taking my beauty blender and blending out the lines and making it as even and smooth as possible. As I'm blending it in, I also try to push it into my hairline so you don't see too much of a contrast. And ladies, please make sure you blend until everything is nice and seamless and you don't see any harsh lines. It does take quite a bit of pats on your face to get rid of one single line, so this part really takes patience. Now I'm going in with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I am just taking a fluffy brush and just kind of lightly dabbing all over my foundation and making sure everything is pretty much set. And now I'm taking my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer with my contour brush, and I am going around my face and bronzing it up, especially on my forehead and my cheekbones. You want to put bronzer on where the sun would normally hit your face, and that's obviously where I got sunburned the most, and my nose. Can't forget the neck area. Now I'm taking my Tarte 12-Hour Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Kisses, and I am taking my blush brush and applying it on the apple of my cheeks and kind of fanning it out and making sure I also tap off any excess product. Now this is the first time I applied some blush on my nose. I feel like because it's spring and it's gonna be summer soon, I just felt like giving myself more of a sun-kissed look today. And make sure you soften up the blush. Don't make the blush too harsh. So just make sure everything is nice and diffused. Now I'm taking my highlighter. This one I got in my Ipsy Glam bag. It is by the company Wonder. I am taking my highlighter brush and I am applying it on the tops of my cheekbones. This is absolutely my favorite part. I love it. Look at the shine. It just kind of takes, sometimes I feel like foundation just can make your skin look so dull. And it just kind of brings a little bit more shine back into your face. I'm also making sure I apply on my brow bone. Now I'm going back in with my bronzer and a fluffy eyeshadow brush and lightly applying some bronzer on the bridge of my nose and sweeping that up into my brow bone. This helps put dimension back into your face. Now with the same highlighter and highlighter brush, I am applying it on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose and the sides of my nostril. I'm also applying the highlighter on the inner corners of my eyes just to kind of give it a brightening effect. Now I'm highlighting on the top of my lip, and it just kind of makes your lips pop just a little bit more. I actually like to go in with my eyebrow pencil and kind of color over any beauty marks that I have on my face that the foundation might cover. Now with my eyeshadow blending brush, I am taking the shade OG and applying it on the crease of my eye. Now this is going to be my transition color. You want to be pretty light-handed with this palette because the shades are very pigmented and it could easily look very harsh. So you want to be very light with your product and make sure you tap off any excess products. Now I'm just taking light sweeping motions combined with circular motions so I don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm taking a flat blending brush and going in with the shade 1988 and patting and tapping it on my eyelid and just kind of going with the shape of my eyeball, I guess you can say, or up to the crease, up to the very low part of your crease. Also, make sure you tap off any excess product off your eyeshadow brush so you don't have any fallout. Now going in with the skinnier blending brush, I am going back into the color OG and I am going to use very soft circular motions on top of the darker brown color that we applied just to diffuse that line up. Once again, make sure to tap off any excess product and be very light-handed because if you are heavy-handed and you have too much product, you can create another line that you have to blend out. So this is actually supposed to be your transition color and this is supposed to help blend everything together. Now I'm going back in with the first blending brush we used with no more product added in, and I am taking the brush and just going back over any lines that I see. This is just to kind of give it a final look. Now I'm taking my flat shader brush and I am tapping it into the color Litty. Now this is very beautiful and it's very glittery, but you do have to pat this color on your lids because it can have quite a bit of fallout. And I am just going to apply it all over my lid, pretty much the same area that I put the color 1988. Look how pretty that color is. You want to make sure you don't go up too high. Now with my eyeliner smudge brush, I'm going into the color Yugo, and I'm kind of using this brush to create a eyeliner look. I'm just making sure I tap the color onto my lash line. I feel like if you sweep it back and forth, you can have some fallout and you could have some eyeshadows in unwanted areas. Now I'm taking the brush and I am kind of fanning it up. I'm not trying to give myself a winged liner because later we will be taking a brush and kind of blending that out. Now I am taking the brush and also sweeping it down into the outer corners of my bottom lash line. Now with the same blending brush that you applied the shade 1988, you want to take it and fan it into the eyelids, not out, because you're going to take the eyeshadow look a little too far down. Now going in with the first blending brush and also getting rid of any harsh lines. Now this part, there's no more product added onto the brush, so use whatever you have left on the brush. Now I'm taking my black eyeliner and lining my waterline. I did get this in my Ipsy Glam bag, and I will be doing a review, so look out for the next video. Now I'm going in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara, and I'm making sure the mascara wand grips the base of my eyelashes, and I just comb it up. And I also give myself 2 coats because that's just what I do. Taking my NYX lip pencil in the shade Toast, I am lining my lips. With this look, I am not going to overline. I definitely want to stay within my natural line. Now I'm taking my MAC lipstick in the shade Myth, and I am applying it into the center of my lips. And I am doing that weird lip thing that I always do, just to kind of blend everything together. Now to tie off the lip look, I am using my Gloss Bomb from Fenty in the shade Fussy, and I'm applying it over my lips. I'm not really sweeping it back and forth, but mostly tapping. Here is the final look. It is very nice and very selfies.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.